Right, second time's a charm. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for game number 2 between Gambit Esports and Team Empire. The winner is moving on. Team Empire will be after this game, and the loser of the series will drop out of the tournament. It is as simple as that. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Mr. V. How's it going?
I understand why they had to remake. They accidentally gave Empire pick instead of I think because they.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting off a little bit right now.
I think just my mic position. I was leaning back comfortably.
Yeah, you can't do that here in Dota. It's not allowed.
Being comfortable, not allowed.
No.
God,
just gotta grind, man.
Lean forward. Twitch for every single last hit missed.
Yeah.
Right, got
it. The real gamers, they have like a device set up that shocks them when they miss last hit that they could have gotten.
Yeah,
that's how you get better.
To get one of those and involve it into my kink community life, I'm sure. All right, what do we hear? Chan out, Beastmaster out. Wyvern and Beastmaster have pretty good wave clear, so maybe Empire's looking to push a little bit more in their draft. Gambit going for his Sand King.
Again? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't necessarily the worst. Didn't have the worst game last time around, but yeah, this is a mirror draft right now, except we are on different sides. Empire on the Dire. So go through the Earthspirit Shadow Demon opener, and there's a puck again.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall if the puck was third pick and A was second.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe they want to have more flexibility with the AA then. And puck is a flexible hero as well. You pick A is like guaranteed to be your 5 in that situation. So puck, you can put it mid or offlane. I don't feel like puck had a super big impact. Like, yes, puck got farmed, but like in terms of team fighting, I think the execution just wasn't quite there for Gambit. So we'll see if they're able to execute with it this time around.
Radiant team ban.
Draw taken away, so in case that was in Gambit's mind, maybe try and sneak a draw strat with the puck on the field. Not gonna get that opportunity.
I think I was really strong with the changes to her silence. Having that on push back.
I'm gonna have to cut you off because you're still cutting off and you're being kind of robotic.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Yeah. Not sure if it's you or if it's Discord maybe, because I had the same issues with Neff the other day, but he also has a potato PC right now.
10 seconds remaining.
So we'll see if Mr. V can fix that stuff. We can try something else. In the meantime, extra bands coming out. Viper. Don't want to play against that, even with the reworked ones. Arguably, it's even more obnoxious. And the Loon as well as the Terrorblade being taken away from Gambit. Now it's time for Team Empire to start picking up some cores.
10 seconds remaining.
The Shadow Demon Earthspirit combo as a support duo has proven to be quite effective for them today. They have yet to lose a game with it. Yeah. Order played 3. Obviously, they won last game and they played it both times in their earlier series up against Spartak Esports. So now, world's their oyster. They can pick up whatever they want.
They left a Spectre in the pool, hey, but I think they have a solution for it.
Maybe. I mean, you can always go back to something with that goes like Silver Edge, or you can go for some sort of lineup that puts on a lot of pressure on the Spectre and just keeps seeking her out and killing her. So like Nyx Assassin would come to mind. Now, Centaur Warrior making an appearance.
I think this is fair. The Legion didn't get a whole lot done that last game. And Centaur is just more reliable, like initiation, in addition to kind of be your tanky front line. So maybe Empire's looking to have a little bit squishy of a mid lane or safe laner here.
Yeah. Well, in the ISSI Center on Captain's Draft, do quite some crazy work here in the finals of the SCA qualifiers that was last week.
This hero can do like amazing things, and like some of the talents are like crazy. Like there's a 20 strength, and then like the double-edged additional 200 50 damage, which again hurts you as well. But your centaur, how much HP do you have? Like too much, right?
Way too much, yeah. I believe the technical term is a gajillion HP.
Right, so I'll go back and do Calc 1 and 2 to get my numerical analysis correct. Dazzle. Dazzle Husker?
Could be. Right now, Empire's shown a lot of magic damage, but not a lot of physical. Could also be something like Dazzle OD, just anything that can really make use of the extra couple of seconds to dish out a crazy amount of extra damage. And,
I think OD is a really good suggestion here because the orb damage for Centaur is really strong.
Yeah. Well, Empire, can they really get away with an axe here if they really wanted to count out the Dazzle? Doesn't really fit into the lineup now with the Centaur already picked up, and maybe it's a little bit too much to commit just to counter out the Grave. I mean, they could pick OD themselves. It's not the worst counter against the Grave either. Like, you just wait a second, then you Astral Imprison. They're already low on health, and it's an insta-gip regardless. And you'll get a lot of value out of that in the first place anyway.
It's a good idea. I think if they go OD, then they also need to have a little bit more from their safe laner. I believe Sven is still in the pool. He can get it around pretty easily by Puck, Sand King. Even Dazzle can do a little bit of that kiting with the slow, but Empire taking their time here with this pick. I think they really are thinking about whether it's mid or safe that they want to take for their strat, and really don't know if they want to throw something that may match up poorly against the Puck.
Yeah. Juggernaut. Alright, so super safe, super standard.
Boring.
That's also another way to say it.
Take risks, team. Like, you're one game ahead. Make it fun.
10 seconds remaining.
Who wants to like qualify for tournaments, you know? Just gotta play those meme strats.
I'm not sure the teams think that way, but hey, some teams certainly do. I'm not sure if Empire is one of them. They just rather get things over with because there's actually plenty of qualifiers that type of teams have on this calendar right now. Not sure how it looks for Empire in particular, but a crazy amount of qualifier games going on right now.
Team Empire's turn to Medusa.
Okay. I'm not sure about this one. I believe we've seen that same matchup
Medusa
in the first game today. No, Medusa versus Jug and Centaur as well. Like, you cannot protect yourself against a Blink Storm, can you?
No, there's unless you go the Hurricane Pike early on. It's like your one solution. That or BKB, which again, BKB is not really what Medusa wants to build. It does prevent you against like the mana burn of the Diffusal Blade, which is nice, but yeah, Centaur is not nice to play against as Medusa. It's just he ults to run away from your ult, and it's a game of chicken, really.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
And usually the Centaur has a better capacity for initiation too, right? Blinks in, stomps you. Oh, you decide to scream and we can't kill you with that burst. Oh, I'm just going to ult and run away, right? Like,
yeah.
Yes, the Puck Silence and Sand King's Sun can potentially stop that Centaur ulti, but then you're putting a lot of your damage and control onto a Centaur. And Jug is just running ham in your backlines along with whatever mid laner Empire has also accrued within their draft. Speaking of which, Quap is still in the pool, fairly common. Invoker also within the pool, so maybe Empire can think about running like a Quas Wex Invoker, burn out that mana, but I don't know. Damage on Invoker is just too good to pass up.
I'm also not sure if I've ever seen FN play Invoker, honestly. I don't think it's one of his heroes. Try and confirm that.
Gotta learn sometime. Again, you could also go back for that OD. OD is good, as you suggested earlier as well.
Yeah. About hero like Ember Spirit. That's one that we sometimes see as last pick mid coming.
again, Empire has the option
Empire's
to
turn pick.
respond accordingly, as it's mid puck, safe lane Medusa, off lane Axe.
Or could it be the Medusa? The Medusa, if you will.
But who would you put in your
10
safe lane?
seconds
Puck?
remaining.
Puck, sure. Or maybe just the axe and
5 seconds remaining.
some sort of aggro lane. Or just leave the puck safe lane and run the aggro with the axe and dazzle
You may now
flanking, kind of
select
roaming in
your
and out.
heroes.
Oh, there's your OD.
Yeah, it looks like you're right though. Puck up by Kuman, Sack on the Medusa, and that OD play. Pretty decent.
I think another nice component of the OD play is the ability to help your teammates in initiations that aren't movable. So, like, for example, if Puck is on Earth Spirit and he has maybe an additional defensive item, like in addition to have Hurricane Pike also has a BKB, then he's free to kind of use that Astral Imprisonment as a saving mechanism. Oh, someone called like Juggernaut, I'll just Astral him, and then he doesn't have to worry about the call duration.
One thing I'd be worried about is if Cheshire Cat gets off to a quick blink into Blade Mail or something, and then if N has that autocast on the orb, he'll just kill himself on that alone. Outside of that, it really comes down to Gambit actually being able to outplay Team Empire. Not gonna be easy with the Centaur, just providing that extra bit of mobility, the strength that Miposhka has shown on the Earth Spirit, and also that Shadow Demon.
It's a good pick, man. It's been doing really well so far.
Yeah.
Especially versus like offlane strength heroes where you can just build up those poison stacks. But it's a little bit harder, I think, from the dire position to apply that pressure to the offlane.
Well, game number 2 just starting. Empire this time on the dire side. For the first time today, I believe. They've always been on the Radiant, but Gambit, well, get themselves that side for themselves today. And again, this is their last chance to keep themselves alive in the tournament. If they lose this game, they're out. Simple as that. Early block on the small camp. Can't say I've ever seen that, but it also gives vision of the rune. Make it a little bit easier for them to scout out where Empire's at, but actually smoked up. Scouted out by Kuman here in this high ground position.
It's a very strong position to hold. Centaur looping around. They may go for 3 runes here on Empire. OD is safe. Centaur off lane. His own roll.
Pushka will be fine.
Just
yeah, Darkseid, he cannot actually get this rune if Ghosty commits word. He can just walk up and stomp at the right time. So they should be able to secure 3 of these runes. That.
The battle begins.
Yeah. Didn't even try. Ghosty doesn't have to skill stomp. So, hey, good start for Empire.
He'll probably skill it either way. It depends on whether or not the Medusa actually commits to trying to right-click the Centaur. If she does, then he'll probably skill return, but otherwise, Hifsloth's pretty safe for keeping the Sand King at bay.
Yeah. A bit of a lag spike, but we're back in it. No worries. Fanscom doing this thing where you just tank up some of the shots on range creep to make sure that it doesn't die first. Very standard stuff. Cheshire Cat right now, he's getting some help from Dazzle. Got that Axe Dazzle combination to work with, but how well does that really work outside of pubs? Cheshire Cat is still stacking up some Shadow Poison. He's dodging that 3rd one, but the first one at the same time happens elsewhere. He did skill return as he said. Not enough to actually keep them from going on him, apparently. Overextended. Yeah. Did not expect that, to be quite honest.
Got the lucky bounce on the Mystic Snake.
Alright. Hopping continues though. Pushka also sitting around. Always a threat.
Not so much anymore with Shadow Demon being low on mana. You really want to get the Shadow Poison stacks up high if you want to look for the kills, but You know, Axie's got 9 tangos. Halfway to level 2. They're not super concerned at this point with Shadow Demon. Only sitting around 55% HP. Or mana.
Then comes through anyway, Cheshire just TPing out. No level 2 yet in Reposhka, so over for him to actually cancel that with a stone toss. That'll be the end of that. But at the very least, he's zone him out for the time being.
See if they can get the double stack off. I think we'll just go single.
That's quite a good roll. Reposhka actually secures the bounty roll with that, and now oh, poison stacks being gone on to always want to fly. That's a third one. A couple of right clicks slowed down by the orb of venom. Might just die here if they want to commit for it, and they do indeed. Another stun coming through. Reposhka might end up dying. It's supposed to go down to the lower ground, but Cheshire Cat unwilling to commit for that. Would have been another roll anyway, so hey. Get the kill. Reposhka styles up as if nothing ever happened.
Meanwhile, mid lane, OD just gets to do the good old Astral and deny.
What to deal with for most heroes, really.
Puck isn't too bad because you can actually phase shift the damage coming out of Astral. Because OS Frog, I don't know why. Also got fixed this last patch, but I'm almost certain you can dodge it.
Well, now FN still actually not surging ahead. Coolman doing a good job just lasting on our tower to just throw things up a little bit more. Weird lane equilibrium shenanigans going on. Technically, OD should be able to out CS the puck eventually.
Yeah, the CS game kind of comes down to your item build. As you can see, they both go for the Snallfire or double Null Talisman build.
Yep.
And let's see if the puck dodges. So
nope, not this time.
He doesn't go for it.
He did use phase shift earlier though, not earlier. Earlier things. But again, Cheshire is actually dropping super low. The 2 stacks of poison, 3 stacks though is almost enough to bring down, but the heals going through from almost in the fly, just enough to keep them safe now. Well, goes for the grave TP, that'll be cancelled though, and he should end up falling himself at the very least. Yeah, and the support duo just straight up brawling, spamming spells onto this Gambit offlane, and being successful.
Yeah,
Flip
you
side
can
is
see
the
the
Ghost Stick doesn't have
difference.
any help, but he's almost level 4 regardless.
Yeah. And Sand King is actually doing a pretty fair job at keeping the Centaur at bay. He hasn't gained as much experience as Ghostic, but he's on him now. And does he have Caustic? Yeah, it won't quite be enough though.
It's fine, gets himself a self.
Mid lane, stuck
Back.
through.
It is level 2 in Reposhka, but Kuman is... He's quick enough on his fingers, he should always be able to dodge that kind of stuff. Unless the phase shift has already been forced out. Bottom lane though, okay, they're gonna go on the center wall and they get the Mystic Snake bounce. Ghost Stick, at this point with Stout Shield, a couple of procs there to keep him safe. And again, down to virtually no health points, or mana points for that matter.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's lucky he ferried himself out of salve, otherwise he would have died there.
Yeah. Starts to walk back now. Alright, so... by the way, how does Juggernaut have almost as many denies as last hits?
It's just one of those things where if your lane isn't contested and you know how to control the lane equilibrium, you just auto attack your creeps down, get like 1 or 2 deny, and then when you take your last hits, the lane equilibrium stays in your favor, so he just kind of runs at the Dazzle here with this ulti.
Brings him down to no health points, but this time the Grave TP should be enough. No, maybe not. Endscore gets it just as the Grave ends. I think it was possible, honestly, but maybe just starting that TP a little bit too late. And now the roll in onto the puck. Silence coming through, follow up with a stomp as well. They get the kill despite the orb coming out. Ghost Stick making that rotation, helping out the mid lane even more.
FN's really happy about this.
Dire
This guy's boots on me. Yeah. And Silent has his face on the courier as well. Some big items that can really offlane.
is under attack.
Sure, I'll have to pass by Cheshire Cat though. I'll be a bit careful, some freak spin could kill that. Quite find it.
you think about this Medusa? Just let her go sick is getting out of the lane here and there.
I think it's fine for the time being. Like, Medusa is one of these heroes that takes a long time to really get online. While Empire, they have the Juggernaut, who is farming extremely well himself. On top of the net worth chart as well, CS chart. So eventually he's gonna start coming on, having an impact. Boards in the offlane already are at that point, and then you also have an OD who's getting really good, having a really good time in mid. So this pressure from Empire could start arriving before Medusa can really do anything about it. And not sure if Gambit
And score?
Huh? Actually can't continue to be under so much pressure, so this is why I'm skeptical of whether Gambit will be able to widen out the space that they need. Be able to get Vansko now with a call, so Cheshire Cat setting that up for Kuma to take advantage of. But yeah, he's gonna be far away from Blink Dagger. And drops a call, stun up. Last right click, not enough actually to Grave, just in case his burst strike comes through as well. Another bench on the Sand King. Yeah, he'll be able to walk his way out of there too.
Did you see Van score? Well, he's going bottom again.
Got the ultimate. Get the banish here, they get the stomp off, but there's still Medusa ultimate delaying things a little bit. Darksack.
Oh god,
A lot of nuke damage, he almost gets a double kill, but we're being run down. Soul Catcher, 4 stacks of poison, that's level 2. Don't think that's enough though. Doesn't actually have mana shield to toggle it on. The 5th stack coming through, and that's enough for sure. They get that kill. Silent meanwhile running down the Sand King even without the Omni Slash. Damn, this Shadow Demon, time and time again, Vansko proving to be extremely effective.
Something, this Shadow Poison, that I'm not sure if it's an exploit or not, but he appears to cast it without facing his hero in the direction of the cast at times.
Does it seem possible?
I kind of noticed it when I was running at the Ancients. I'm not sure if he like turned around quickly and I just kind of missed the tail end, but he looked as though he casted it backwards while walking forwards, if that makes sense.
That doesn't seem right.
I don't think it's right in terms of like should be allowed, but I think that's what I thought.
Seeing ghosts, man.
Mm.
Seeing ghosts.
Probably sleep deprivation, but theory. How's this Axe doing on builds? He's going Vanguard first, probably do a little bit more tanky and able to farm up the jungle.
Not gonna hit the Blink Dagger for a long time still. Empire deciding to get going. I mean, switch lanes, silence, putting in some extra pressure down bottom. Top lane, Ghost 6 taking over that. He has his Blink queued up already after the Tranquil Boots. Just itching for somebody to use that Omni Slash on. But Bignum is not it, because you can always just sandstorm it off unless you have detection right there already. Gonna get that kill.
Yeah. Puck does have a Gloves of Haste, but does have the might or the Blink Dagger queued up, so I'm thinking that build the treads. Top lane.
Center ultimate, top lane, they find themselves an axe. Not quite enough burst damage though between these two heroes. And now a bit of a tournament potential. Bignum holding on to the burst strike, hoping that Ghosty would show his face. He had very little health indeed, but now extra help from Vansko. Gotta be careful.
Meanwhile, bottom,
Shadow Poison.
Jug seems to want to come down here to kind of contest the Medusa's farm, but Medusa can just play safe versus Jug, so there's no like super good reason for him to stay down here. He just needs to keep farming because Medusa's now passing him in terms of net worth.
Yep. Like he realizes the same thing, falling straight back into the jungle. Doesn't have the any more to keep himself going. And where's FN? Also found jungle on the other side. So, does he have the Veil coming already, or what's he going for?
4 staff?
Like it. Nothing on the courier, just finish up the hand on Midas, so...
Yeah, he got it.
Going more of a farming route, but it looks a bit on these course.
Yeah, I think his OD in this game, when you look at how Gambit wants to play, you think, they have Medusa. Are they going to be pushing and fighting me such that I will regret buying a Midas? Probably not. So the Midas pickup, I think, is very smart by him. What about levels for Jug compared to Medusa? Jug seems to have a little bit more. Yeah, he's about almost a level up on Medusa.
Yep.
I'll take that as tribute.
Back in that level 11. OD close to level 12, so level 2 Synergy's Eclipse is potential. We haven't seen that yet. Again, Empire are very happy to just play the farming game for the time being. And Gambit, they, as you said, they can't really punish him, right? Even with the axe on the field, he's actually skipping that Vanguard and continuing to work on his Blink Dagger, and that's 150 gold away. This might change things around a little bit. At the same time, and it's going to be Porshka, the infamous duo, continuing to try and find these kills, and with Banish, allowing them to stack them on Shadow Poison, makes the kill rather easy.
It's a good kill to pick up. You don't want the Sand King getting off and like getting his Blink Dagger, because once it gets off the ground, then their game becomes a lot more challenging in terms of having to manage both the Axe Blink as well. TP is cancelled. Yeah, these teams do not want to fight each other.
Yeah. Going bottom. Then a bit of pressure here. Sound will be able to bully that down eventually up top. Gambit not quite in the same position. Ghostic is kind of scared about it because no one's really showing, but looks like that's just gonna be a free tier 1.
They do have to blink on Axe though.
Yeah. What he's worried about, he's not entirely sure whether it's online. He'll just be caught. There it is, the blink call. Couple of spins here, but not too much. Ghostic gets the ultimate off and follow-up stomp. Axe. Well, we'll try and kite out another call. We do get double edge, and yeah, Vanscore will secure that kill for himself. Gets an X illusion, which is actually super useful. 30 seconds that you can use to farm and push the creep wave.
Hey, look at that. And it's good use already.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Juggernaut has the Omni Slash.
A lot of that being tanked up all sort of fly, but the Grave not lasting long enough to actually ensure
What comes
survival.
in with his...
Don't think he can do too much here. Also skipping the Veil, going for the Blink Daggers. It's a 50-50 the puck does. He can snipe the Healing Ward. It's a good amount of gold. He wants to set up for the rest of his team to come in, maybe. It's hard to work with, and yeah, it's not exactly not exactly useful.
Panic play, like
yeah,
that's very uncharacteristic of maybe like 6k plus pubs for a puck to make that play on a Jug.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little bit of nerfs getting to him. Like the pressure's on. They have to win this game to stay alive. But here we see Silent going for this Manta build again.
Does it too. He has that recipe in the courier, so you can just stick around in this area of the map, farm up the creep camps, then just swing by the secret shop and score dewarding. That's an interesting way to do it. Just disrupt yourself to have your illusions get rid of that ward, but it doesn't actually work out if Darkseeker instead farm them up instead.
Good farm.
But now,
right?
That's the other way to exploit wards like that. You smoke up, run across that,
and cut a tree in vision of that ward. Relax, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, I'm just gonna point out how sick of a play that is. Just playing with that false sense of security for Gambit, but then revealing that. Maybe not scouted out. It's the blink call comes soon. A couple of heroes to stomp on 2 as well. No one's fallen just yet. The spin, but he's also turned to stone. Daxic out of mana. Boschka first one to fall, but Cheshire Cat. Another blink across, trying to find Vanskor. He is continuing to try and get the poison stacks off, but there it is. Ghostic actually misses the stun. Skuman goes to the one side to Banish. Actually saving saving Vanskor. The Omni Slash coming in through though. Bouncing back towards the creeps. The spin's gonna have to do the finishing touches there on the Cheshire Cat and will, but only just. Silent jumping so low to all the right clicks, and he will fall. Kuman with only 40 Health points
40
to work with.
HP.
Still enough damage to bring down that last bit of health on the Juggernaut. Very curious fight here, very panicky and spread out. No team really in a spot where you can feel comfortable.
I think it was kind of just how he wanted to take that fight. But into an axe is really risky on OD, in addition to being concerned about the Sand King potentially getting off a good epicenter. So FN maybe not playing as aggressively as you could have, but I think in this position as OD, you're leading the net worth on your team. You can't really afford to die alongside your Jug in that fight if he's going to be the one diving in.
All of that though, especially Darkseid surviving on a Medusa.
Middle tower is under
He's now 2k ahead of that Medusa's. And that's Medusa. Yeah, and that's an OD with a Midas that you're out farming. So, how much of an issue is that going to be going forward here?
So I think the issue starts to occur. Oh, does her spirit die?
Instead of being channeled, so the answer should be yes here in Pushka though with roll TP. Just barely surviving that one. Holy hell. I don't think that was gonna be possible there, to be quite honest with you.
I thought Sand King was going to block the rollout, but
Dire's top tower
I
is
think
under
the issue with Medusa occurs when she gets Butterfly, which
Dire's structures are
is, at this rate, she's good for like a 24-25 minute Butterfly here, which will just like change around
Radiant's middle
how Juggernaut will be forced to itemize to deal with her. Even OD doesn't want to build MKB, so
I don't know about this one, honestly, because the new MKB does have some extra benefits for the OD, but as it stands, Kuman actually didn't make it up to the high ground and gets stomped up to Shallow the Grave just in time, but managed. That's the counter we're talking about. Jashika though with the triple call, trying to turn this around, but he takes the Omni Slash. Now Darkseid finally coming in, but Empire already on the run out. They don't have the Center Ultimate to work with for another 20 seconds, but they're still far enough away. They can start healing up. They want to go back in here, FN once more, almost on the fly instantly with that Grave, but another imprisonment. I'm quite sure if that's enough damage, especially though, yeah, with that ultimate. It will be indeed. FN with another double kill. Turning this into a full 5-man wipe.
I'm disappointed in FN. He's not using his Midas sufficiently.
Yeah.
Should have Midas looked in the middle of the team. Where is his priority?
There's no creep camp here either. He's looking for a thing now. Kind of Midas the Ancients. Yeah, it's absolutely right. He should lose the game just based on that.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah. Like the Jeopardy theme should just like be blasting in his ears, like going up 1 decibel for every second he doesn't use it.
Oh yeah, that'd be an interesting mod. Just a custom game, you know, where you can train your Midas efficiency.
I had a script like that. It looked over where my items were, and it would make this annoying beeping sound if it noticed I had Midas and that it was off cooldown in my inventory. I had it along with a verbal script that was like me talking about like, hey, it's 35 seconds. If you want to pull, you better leave your now. Like, think about sacking. Like, that really helped my play.
Yeah.
But this game, I doubt the players are playing with that because they've got to communicate and stuff and not just make memes.
Yeah.
Medusa, though, all that farm, not really actualizing into that fight without her being there for the control factor. Like, during the controlling time.
He came in with the ultimate, but at that point was already too late. They already lost the teamfight at that point, especially with Kuman just being caught out like that. I don't think he was ready for that either. I mean, he wants to go up to the high ground, but the angle for the orb just not quite there to actually make it. Then he gets silenced, he gets stunned, he gets bursted down immediately, and then everything else. Even with the Shallow Grave, we talked about in the draft, just imprison him, and there's nothing beyond that.
Exactly. I think there was also the component that Axe went in to try to save the puck, but that didn't count. Do we have a fight brewing top?
Borshka kind of showing himself, dragging the creep back with a stone mass TPs though, which are not scattered out by Gambit. They see Ghost Stick appearing now. They do get last on the tower. Gambit still sticking around. There we go. Kuman revealing himself. That looked to be able to burst down Earth Spirit. That'll mean that Empire will not be comfortable continuing this fight, especially with the weave taken away 2 of their heroes as well. 3 of their heroes, sorry. Shadow Demon also afflicted with that. And that is actually used defensively here to try and get Silent out. Does have the Manta Style to dispel that battle hunger. That'll be just fine.
Man, if that region spawned bottom, Jug would be so happy right now. But nope. Give it to the Sand King, Ice Frog. Ice Frog. Secretly balancing series to make it go game 3 all this time.
Oh yeah. Butterflies online now though for Medusa. Again, OD, there's a lot of trouble actually. Just use the imprisonment to farm, but there's a disruption. Instead, Vents go on the right place at the right time. The Shrine is going, so Cheshire Cat will not get any mileage out of that call either. What a turnaround play. Venscore just on the money time and time again. Not just in this game, but throughout this entire day. He's been playing nothing but Shadow Demon. These kind of plays are giving us reasons why.
And people ask me why I spam Lena. If you play the hero enough, you don't have to think about how to do things, but rather where you need to be and what you need to do. And these high-level plays by Vanscore, I think he's really captured that component. As OD, I don't think he's threatened by Puck here. When you don't have to think about how you need to use your abilities, but just the larger picture, then I think you really have opportunities to excel at your heroes.
Yep. Just feel this in your bones, the way you have to do things. No?
Yeah. Well, let's have a look. Medusa, I was a little bit surprised that Medusa didn't choose to ulti and maybe fight to save tracks when they went on the Shrine, but the Shrine was going. It's not ideal to fight into a Shrine, but I think it was potentially doable.
Well, hindsight's 2020. Sometimes it's very hard to make that call in a moment sometimes. Now,
you know, I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, honestly, but
Roshan, next target on this Gambit. They're none the wiser. I think that maybe Empire just waiting to pounce on them if they go top. That Roshan falling in very, very quickly. Miposhka also in a very interesting position to just break smokes and whatnot. And to see Miposhka, he actually gets the silence of preventing him from going inside the Roshpin, and it's not just that, also gonna get the kill with Fen being there with his own blink dagger. Roshan is dead. Imprisonment to save Miposhka for the time being inside the Sandstorm. And the triple stomp from Ghostic! What the hell is happening? Quadruple stomp even. Now the Omnislash bouncing through between everybody. 3 heroes down just like that. Empire not even breaking his way. They get a 4th one. FN killing that Medusa as he turns, comes back from a banishment.
Ghost God.
What a series of events here in Empire, just straight up. They're gonna get another tier 1 tower and maybe even more. 45 seconds still on the sidelines on the Medusa. It does have buyback, but forcing it out at this point could be really, really important tier 2. Yeah, you have Aegis on silent. Well, Epicenter, you have a blink call. There's Grave already. Now another double stomp. He has the call. Still comes out. Damage is being done to Empire, but self-imprisonment to make sure the event stays alive and kicking. The healing ward still going toward all of that. Silent just doing objective-based gaming here. They get rid of the tier 3. They get rid of the melee barracks. Another blink, another stomp. This one will be dodged by Kuman.
Intimidation.
It's created for the mid-racks. They also have another Axe Illusion. They keep doing that too. And another small aspect of what Vansko is able to do time and time again. That high value illusion, but now that is Stack Tech with the ultimate, double burst strike. And do something here. Not actually getting too many people turned into stone, but one of them is Juggernaut who doesn't really care at all. They just continue, another banish. I believe that's Vansko caught in the middle of that, and yeah, he's also on fire, that's what I meant. And once again, always want to die. Can't really get any mileage out of this battle shallow grave this game. And they don't want to even try. GG is called. Gambit lose game number 2. Empire with an explosive team fight into a victory.
Someone has to clip that stomp. That was godly. It's just such a good stomp. And like,
If
a lot of
quick, I
teams
believe you can still do it.
A lot of teams would panic in that situation and put like OD and Centaur like in the pit fighting, finishing that Roshan. But OD just grabbed that invis and just sat outside and was like, "Hey, I'm just going to scout things out. Hey, maybe it takes a bit longer, but at least we won't get like caught with our pants down." And Puck goes for that orb, and they just jump on the puck, silence the puck with the Earth Spirit, who was in great position, and that just set them up to win that team fight. Sensor comes in, and game was over. They won the game from it. Just one play. Well done.
Yeah. That means the Team Empire move on to the finals of the MDL CIS qualifiers. That means that tomorrow we have the other half of the bracket. Navi versus M19, Vega Squadron versus Effect, and then a winner's match. It'll be at the games for CIS tomorrow, and the finals will be on Sunday. That's us done for the day, at least with CIS. There's still an EU match that we can pick up later. It'll be Team Kingwin versus X, whoever that is. I believe an open qualifier winner.
Whoever that is.
I actually don't know. I can look that up. Kingwin, of course, supporter squad. Evil Corporation, oh god, yeah. M10, Nox, Buch, Olera, and Kaoli. Does ring a bell. Buch and Kaoli. Danish players, so some of these people that keep prowling the ESL go for Dota 2 cups and whatnot. So, yeah. We'll get that to you, but it's not starting for another hour or so. I'll keep you up to date on Twitter at DragonDropDota. You can follow me there. You can also follow my co-caster, Mr. V Dota 2.
Thanks for having me on, man. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining, as always. And, well, see you next time.
Later.